Importance of statistics in economics. I have already explained you what is economics and what is statistics. Now it is important to know how statistics can be used in the field of economics. Quantitative expression of economic problem. When an economic problem such as, what is economic problem, such as unemployment, poverty, etc., when this economic problem is expressed in numbers, then it becomes more precise and exact. For example, the unemployment rate. If I say that the unemployment rate in India is very high, then this information is not very accurate. But if I say that the unemployment rate in India is 5.5% of the total population, then it becomes precise and exact. Similarly, if I say that the poverty, uh, the extremely poor people are one who are earning less than rupees 298 per day, then it becomes more precise that who is poor and who is not poor. If I say that the poverty rate in India is very high, then this information is very not very exact. Okay, so data helps to make data more precise and exact. Condensing and summarizing mass data. So how do we condense and summarize mass data? Using mean, median and mode. This you are going to study in detail in in future classes, in further classes, but right now I am giving you a very simple example. Let's suppose we know the weight of each and every student of a class of 40 students, or the marks are, we know the marks of 40 students of in a class. Then it is easy to remember and compare the representative value, which can be the mean marks or the median marks, as compared to the marks of all the students in a class. What are mean marks? Mean marks is the average value, which is basically calculated by sum total of observations by total number of observations. So that average value, average marks or average weight, that value is easy to remember and compare as compared to the all the data points. Next is finding relationship between different economic factors. Now this is done using correlation that we are going to discuss in future further classes. What is what how let's understand this with with the help of an example. Whether there is a relationship in high speed cars and number of accidents on a particular expressway. Now here economic factors are high speed car and number of accidents. I have given you an example of the 498 or some figure of accidents which are happening on some expressway. Now those accidents can happen due to multiple reasons. Let's say one of the reason can be high speed cars, that due to high speed cars the accident has taken place. If you want to know whether high speed car and the number of accidents are related to each other or there is no relation of this, so this relation can be understood, can be identified using correlation. Second example, relation between marks scored in economics and attendance in economics. Now I have already explained you this example also about the marks of students in a class in economics. If a particular section has performed better as compared to the another section, there can be multiple factors for this. That can be one of the factors, can be attendance of students, that students who have attended the classes are performing better in the economics or not. So if we want to know the relationship between these two variables, then correlation can help to know the relationship between different economic variables. Next is prediction. Prediction means estimating in advance what is going to be the value of an economic variable in future. For example, national income. National income, let's suppose we want to know the value of national income of India, which is called as GDP, gross domestic product, in 2026-27. Now this can be done with the help of statistics. Statistics helps to predict the economic variables. Next is formulation of policies. Once the government understands an economic problem, then it can formulate policies to mitigate that problem. For example, unemployment. The unemployment rate is 5.5% in India. Now, the government will do something to reduce that unemployment rate. So, one of the policies are Manrega, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Act. This Manrega guarantees 100 days of employment to rural unskilled labor. So I have already explained that statistics is very useful in the field of economics. I have explained the importance of statistics in economics. However, statistics also has certain limitations. First, study of numerical facts only. So in statistics can only deal with quantitative variables and not qualitative variables such as beauty, honesty, etc. Now, if you talk about beauty, different people have different definition of beauty, and it is not in quantitative numbers. Some people are more beautiful, some are less beautiful. So directly it cannot be used in the statistics. However, if you rank the the qualitative variables such as beauty, honesty, such as more beautiful is given 2 rank and less beautiful is given 1 rank, least beautiful is given 0 rank, and you are using those ranks for further calculations, then that is called as statistics. However, qualitative variables directly cannot be used in statistics, can be used only by the experts. As I have already explained statistics as singular noun, that statistics involves various stages. Statistical study involves various stages, and there are statistical tools used in every stage of data handling. So those statistical tools such as measures of central tendency, mean, median, mode is one such tool. There are multiple other tools as well. So those tools can only be used by experts. Prone to misuse. Statistics can be misused to conclude predetermined objective. So that is one way in which it can be misused. For example, a toothpaste brand claiming that 90% of consumers recommend the toothpaste of its brand when only sample size of 40 is chosen. What is the sample size? Sample or sampling. This I have explained you is a part is a part of the population which is used for study, and it is not the entire population. So when the sample size means number of data, number of individuals which are used for study. Sample size is only of 40 people. So out of 40 people, 90% of the consumers, for example, 90% of 40 is 36. So when 36 people out of 40 people which are surveyed say that okay, they recommend this brand, and so you are concluding for the total population that 90% of the consumers recommend the brand, then this information is wrong because the sample size is very small, which is 40. Okay, the number of people who are using toothpaste is equal to the entire population. It can be 1 lakh, 10 lakh, 1 crore, 2 crore. So 40 people is becomes a very small size. So this is one way in which we can, misuse statistics to conclude in advance the results that we want. So there are multiple ways in which statistics can be misused. Okay, so with this I conclude chapter 1 of statistics, which is the introduction. In the next video, I will discuss few important questions of this chapter, Introduction to Statistics. Thank you.